Today I'm going to try and make registrations for the Genos and the SX series. When you first turn the keyboard on, this is what it looks like, basically. Okay, what we need is to have a USB stick into the port so that you can store things. Don't put it down, put it away. How often have I heard people say, I made a registration but I've lost it. Okay, to start with, we go to the top box there and we press on registration bank. Okay, you go to your USB, which is now empty. You go to File and you want a new folder. The new folder comes up, so I'm going to delete that, and into there I'm going to type in dance, D-A-N-C-E, and I say OK. Now I've got a new folder called dance. In that folder I am going to put in all the different dances that we need. Okay, so again I take File, I make a new folder, and I'm going to delete that, and into there I'm going to type in W-A-L-T-Z. Okay, now I want, that is my waltz that's coming under the dance. Okay, I will now exit out of that. Now to make the registration we need a style. Click on the style, up it comes, go to, in this case, ballroom, and I'm going to pick Final Waltz. Happy? Final Waltz. Press the exit button. We now have Final Waltz in there at 100. We need some voices in there. Concert Grand, not what I want. I'm going to put in an ambient piano. Ambient piano, press the exit button, and I have it there. Very next thing to do is we're going to save that. So we go into there, we go to our USB 2, we go into the waltz, we go to File, and we go to Save. And we're going to save here. And what are we going to save? I don't want that one. I want A P P L E Apple space B L O S S E M, Apple Blossom. Okay, there it is there. Okay, now we've saved that one. We go up, it's in the waltz, up, press the exit, and there we are. Now together there, I would use Genos strings or some other strings, but I'll leave that. Seattle strings. What else is there? Lush strings, theatre strings. That'll do. Theatre strings just for the exercise. Okay. Exit out of that, and we have ambient piano, theatre strings. Now we go over and we turn on the right, press the button to turn on the right strings, and once we have that we're going to save it again. Okay, so we go up to Apple Blossom Time, select Apple Blossom Time, File, Save, Save here, Apple, okay, Apple Blossom already exists. Overwrite, yes, otherwise we wouldn't have done it. There we are, exit out of there, and now up in our registration we've got Apple Blossom. Well, that's fine up to now. But what we need to do is to balance the volumes between these two. So you go over to your menu. Somewhere on here there's a menu. Menu. Go to the menu and go to the mixer. Now in the mixer you've got right 1 and right 2, and you can adjust the volumes. Now the idea is you highlight that to get the orange bar around it, and you move your black wheel to get you. Then you go to the next one and you move your black wheel to reduce the volume on that. Now I'm just going to take these things ad lib. Once you've done that, you press exit, exit again, Apple Blossom time, file, save, save here, OK, yes, and exit. And now we have our final waltz as Apple Blossom time, ambient piano ready to play, and the theatre strings with it. Now we want to save that, and we need to put that onto registration button 1. Okay, so we put the freeze on, press memory button and button 1. Of course, now that's our setup. We've saved that to our registration button 1. Next thing is to go to Apple Blossom time, file, save, Apple Blossom time, yes, save here, OK, yes, and now exit, and what we have Apple Blossom time is on registration 1. Next section. Keeping the freeze on, press the memory button and 2. You have now transferred everything that was in button 1 onto button 2. But you need to change that. So we'll go into ambient piano, we'll pick accordion, we'll put the French musetta, and we'll exit from that. We now have French musette in R1. And our theatre strings, we'll change that just for the fun of it, and we'll make that a choir, a boys choir, exit out of that, and we have French musette, boys choir. Again, we need to go to our menu and our mixer, and we may need to change these and bring that down a little bit more because that choir may be too much. Exit out of that, exit out of that, up onto Apple Blossom time, and then file, save, and save here, OK, yes, exit, and we now have Apple Blossom time with a piano and theatre strings on R1 and R2, and got our final waltz at 100. I've now got our French musette and a boys choir. Obviously the thing to do now is to memorize that. Memory button 2. Up to Apple Blossom time, file, save, save here, OK, yes, and exit out of that. Now we should have ambient piano and theatre strings on button 1 and French musette and boys choir on button 2. Now if you need to make any other registrations, you follow exactly the same performance, and that will get us to 2 registrations. You can carry on and do 3, no problem at all. All you have to do is to go into that, choose another one, for instance woodwind, soprano, sax, out of there, and boys choir, no, we'll have butter strings and exit out of there. We've got those, and we'll go memory 3, and we've got soprano sax. Next thing to do is to save it. Save, OK, file, save here. We'll choose Apple Blossom Time and save, OK, yes, exit. So button 1 should be ambient piano theatre strings, button 2 French music voice choir, and button 3 soprano sax and button strings. So that's all there is to do about making a registration on Tyros or the SX system. Bye now.